I'm going to explain about random access file functions in C programming. Here previously we did some examples in a file concept, but what is the difference between sequential accessing and random accessing? You know it? The sequential accessing, for example, there are 10 records will be there in the file. Okay, we can if you want to access directly 10th record, it is not possible. Okay, we can access, before that we can access 9 records one by one. After that we can able to access the 10th record. Okay, that is called as the sequential accessing file. Okay, we can access the record one by one. We can't access the record at a particular position. Okay, I want to access the record at 5th or 6th or 7th. It is not possible. It is possible with help of the random accessing file. Okay, we can able to access a particular record. It is possible with these functions. In previously we wrote some of the example by using the fscanf, fprintf. Fscanf can be used to read a data from the file, but which can read byte by byte. Okay, we can't access the record at particular position by using the sequential file accessing. You know it? But here, today class, I am explaining about how these functions are used in C programming. That is called as random accessing file. Okay, I want to put a file pointer at a particular position. I want to accessing the data from one point to the another point. If you want to do that kind of things, it is possible with the help of the random accessing file functions. What are the file functions? Mainly the fseek function, which is used to move a file pointer to a particular position. Okay, it is possible with help of the only fseek function in C programming, isn't it? Here the fseek is used to move a file pointer to a specified position. What is the syntax of the fseek? Because by default, when file has been opened, the file pointer at the beginning of the file. Okay, if you want to move the file pointer a forward direction, or if you want to move the file pointer backward direction, it is possible with the help of the fseek function. First of all, I want to tell you about the syntax of the fseek. What is the syntax? Here the fseek function has the three arguments. The first argument is file pointer. The second argument is the offset. What is the offset? I will tell you. Then it is a position. Okay, file pointer means when file has been opened, then that should be used a file pointer. Okay, for example, file, then fp. Then it is called fp is a variable, pointer variable. It has declared the file. Then it is a fp. Then fp is f open. Then it is some syntax has to be used. I will tell you what is the syntax. I will write this syntax in the example. Okay. And then here the file pointer, then offset. The offset is an integer value. Either it is a positive or negative. Suppose if it is a +5, the cursor will move in a forward direction. The file pointer forward in a forward direction. Suppose for example, if it is given as a negative, the offset is a negative value, the file pointer move to a backward direction. If it is a positive, which will move in a forward direction. If you are giving as a negative value, which will move to the backward direction. That is called as offset value. Then where you want to put the cursor position, file pointer position, then it is possible with the help of the last argument, that is called as the position. Here the position has three constants: the seek end, seek set, then seek underscore CUR, that is stands for current. Because seek end means which denotes the file pointer is at end of the file. Where you put the file pointer, if you want to put the file pointer at particular position, it is possible with the help of the position argument. The secant, where you want to put the file pointer. The file, if you want to put the file pointer at the end of the file. For example, it is a file, for example, it is a data.txt text file I want to create. Welcome. When welcome as text is there in the file, when your file has been opened, by default the cursor file pointer will be here. Then when you write seek underscore end, at that time the file pointer should be here at the end of the file. Okay. Seek set, it is a by default, whether if you want to use or not. By default seek set, it is starting of a file. Okay, the cursor point will be at the starting. Whenever it is a default position. Seek set. Then seek current, here which donates a current position of your file pointer. For example, you wrote something, but if it is there, which returns the position of the current position of your file pointer, where the exact file pointer as there in the file, that is called as seek current. Here it is represented as 0. Sorry, it is represented as a 0. It is represented as a 1. It is represented as a 2. Constants. Or else if you want to use the 0, 1, 2, or else we can use it as 3 constants, secant or seek set or seek current. Okay, for example, as for that, I will give you one example. The fseek, f is the file pointer, then offset is 2. Then here, for example, seek underscore set. Here, if you want to move the file pointer, by default when file has been opened, that it is at the beginning of the file. How many by seek set? Because here we are giving the positive number which will move in forward direction. If it is a negative, which will move in what is called backward direction. Here positive number seek set means it is the cursor is at the beginning of the file. How many bytes can move in forward direction? 2 bytes. Okay, then 2 bytes will move to here. This is 1 byte, this is byte 0, 1, 2, because it will start, index start from the 0, then 0, 1, 2. Here where the cursor pointer, now the file pointer will be at the here only. Got it? Yeah. Here how many bytes do you want to move? 2 bytes. For example, if it is a 3, then 3 bytes, the cursor point will be at here only. Okay, because if you want to move a file pointer to a particular position, we could use what is called the seek function. Okay, if you want to read the data from here onwards, then first you put the cursor pointer here, then I don't want to read the WL, then I want to read the data from this position, then you can mention that position over there, then we can read the data. Okay, whatever the data is there, the cursor pointer, then F gets, then 5 point, then we can get the data. Or else fscanf can be used also, then read the data. Got my point? Yeah. Here fget yes, then file pointer. Then we can get the data. Which data will be there? Then COME, because whatever the data you are getting, the COME is the output. Got my point? Because you don't want to get all the data, I want to get the data from one position, then we could be able to use the fseek function. The fseek is very useful to set the file pointer position. Got it? Yeah. And then another, for example, in -3, then I want to use seek end, because by default where is the file pointer? Once the file has been opened, the cursor is at last position. Okay, this is called as -1. By default, how many bytes to move? -1, -2, -3. Okay, this is, if it is the forward direction, it will be start from 0, 1, 2 like this. If it is forward direction, -1, -2, -3, -4 like that. Okay, the last character is treated as what? -1. Here, -3, where the -1, -2, -3, where the cursor, here first initially the cursor will be at the end of the file. How many bytes can move in backward direction? 3 bytes. Where the cursor pointer will be now? The cursor pointer will be at here only. O. It's the character of O. Because have you cleared? Then once you set the cursor position, then we can able to read the data from here file. Now this is the fseek function, which is used for only set the file pointer position. After that, if you want to write the something to the data, or else if you want to get the something from the file. Okay, got it? Everybody is clear about the fseek function. Then I will go for the example. After that, I will write ftell. Okay, before going to write the example, ftell means ftell which is used to get the position of the file pointer, which returns as the integer value. What is ftell? Where the cursor position will be in the file. For example, the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What it returns? The file pointer will be at the 4th byte or 4th character. Okay. Then rewind function, because the what is the ftell syntax is that? Ftell syntax is that ftell, then ftell, then file pointer. This is the syntax for the ftell function, which returns the integer value, which is used to get the position of a file pointer in a file. Got it? Here, what is the file pointer? File pointer is the 4th byte, which returns a 4, value is 4. Then what is the use of the rewind function? The syntax of the rewind function is, wherever the cursor will be there in the file, the cursor will be come to the beginning of the file. Because rewind file pointer, it is back to the starting position of a file. For example, rewind file pointer fp, because now where is the cursor in a file? The file pointer is the 4th byte. Then once the statement has executed, the cursor will be at the beginning of the file. The cursor will be come back to the starting letter of a file or starting character of a file. That is called, wherever it is, the cursor pointer where it is in the 2nd or 3rd or 4th byte or 5th byte, wherever when it is there in the file, which will come to the starting or beginning of a file. That is the rewind. It will come to the starting of a file or beginning letter of a file or beginning character of a file. That is called as the rewind. Okay, I will use all these in a single program. Then I will go for the example. Please listen carefully. Hope everybody got understand about the fseek, ftell and rewind functions. Then I will write down the example. Yeah. For example, already the file is there, data.txt file is there. Welcome to C program. Already the some content is there in the file data.txt. Already it has existed file. Then I want to write file pointer fef open data.txt, which is in write mode or read mode, double place. Okay. If if the file has not existed, which returns null, then printf file does not exist. Or file has not opened. Then exit 0. After that, the program will be terminated. Then already the file is there with some content. Then if I use fseek function, file pointer is what? fp. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, seek, now the file has opened. Now generally the file pointer is here at the starting of your file. Then when controller will comes to here, we are setting the file pointer. The seek set, it will be start from the beginning of the file, which will move in a forward direction. How many bytes can move in a forward direction? 11 bytes. Here the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space is also considered 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now by using this fseek function, now we set the file pointer position. Now the cursor will be at the 11th byte. Then if you write, then f puts, if you want to write something, what is called file concept, then fp. Okay. Then fputs, because fputs function, s stands for string, fput function can be used to write a string to a file. Got my point? F put yes, it is a function is available in the strings built-in function. It is one of the built-in function which are used to write a string into a file. The F put C means character. Okay, already we studied all these functions in previous classes. I don't want to explain briefly about it. Then what is the file content is a string. The file concept is a string. The fp is a file pointer. Then it can be override. Here the cursor will be at here. From that position, this text as inserted into the file. Then what is here? This can be override. How many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Because instead of this character, the character can be overwritten, override. The file concept. What will be written here? File concept. Because we set the cursor position by using the fseek function. It is in the 11th byte. From that position, the new content will be added. Okay, the old content can be override by the new content. Okay, the file previously welcome to C program is there in the file, but here once cursor position as set, then we wrote the some content. We writing the some content into a file. This is called a string. Then this is called a file point. The new content will be added from that position. But whatever the content is there in the file, that can be overwritten. Okay. Now, what is the welcome to file concept will be there. Then after that, F close, then F fill. Then what happens? It has closed. It has closed. The file has closed. Then if you want to read the content from the file, again what you have to do is, then again file should be open. The F open data.txt. It is in read mode. Again the file has been opened, because if you want to put the condition again over here, you can put it. Okay. If fp equal to null, what is called printf, file has not opened, or error, whatever it is. After that, exit 0. Then again, if you want to read the content from the file, once file has been opened, again the content will be here only. Okay. Then if you want to read some text from the file, then what you have to do is, here if you want to send the file, again fseek, then fp, and then file -5, then seek n, because seek n means by default the file pointer will be at the last, then it will move 5 bytes in a backward direction, then -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, because the cursor will be at n character, because -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Get the data from the file, then I will use while then ch equal f get c file pointer not equal e by f, and then here before that the char, the ch, here f get c, because we can get a character by character from the file. F stands for file, get c, c stands for character. Here string can be written into the file. Here I want to read the one character by character from your file. And then we have, once you set the cursor position from here, then what is the output? You tell me the printf. What I want, whatever the data you getting from the file, I want to display it on the output device. Then %c, then ch. Then what is the output? We got it. Then what is the display? First, ch equal f get file pointer. What's the n will be placed over here. It is not end of file. Then c will be placed on the output device. This is called the output of the monitor. Then n will be placed over here. Then again, which test the condition. Then which will move to the next. Then c. The c will be placed in the ch variable. It will be placed. It is not the end of file. Then like that. Then e will also be there. Then p is also there. Then t is also there. When it reaches end of the file, the condition returns false. It is EOF, end of the file. Once the condition returns false, the program will be terminated. What is the output we got it? From the position only it will move to the forward direction. All the characters. Then what is the output we got it? It is. Then if you want to get the data from here, then which will be 0. Then all the characters will be displayed. Then if you want to close, then after that, if you want to get the data from here, then simply if you don't want to open the file again, then we should use the rewind file pointer. The rewind file pointer means at that time the cursor will be at this position, directly will come to the beginning of the file. Rewind. Whenever it is there in the file, then which will come back to the beginning of the file. That is the use of the rewind function. Got it? Okay, there is no space there. I will use this space. Then again, if you want to get the data, then while then ch equal f get c file pointer not equal to EOF, and then what is called, then print of %c then ch. And now the cursor will be at this point. Then what is the output of this program? Wow. Then all the, because now the cursor will be at the beginning of the file, then all whatever the content will be there in the file, all content will be displayed on the output device. Welcome to file concept, because this is the monitor output device. Okay, then I want to tell another, the print of file pointer position equal %d, then ftell of file pointer. Then once it has displayed, the where it is the file pointer will be at the last position. Okay, because once it reaches end of the file, then the file pointer, because all the character has been displayed, then file pointer is at the end of the position. For example, what is the here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now, where is the cursor? The file point position at 21 position or 21 byte. Okay. Here in this example, I used fseek, ftell and rewind. Then also I used fputs and fgetc. Most of the functions I used in the program. This is called as the random access file, because whenever you want, you can access it from the particular position. That is called as the random access files. Then if we ask the question random access files, or also you can able to explain the fseek, ftell, rewind. This function will be used in the random access file. If you have any doubt regarding this example or regarding this concept, You post your comment in the comment box window. Thank you one and all for watching my videos.